during this entire Aranyakanda, it is a little dry because there is so much of preaching that is happening. There are so many principles that are spoken about time and again. It's the same thing. So many munis come and meet with them. Now Markandeya comes. There is nothing different that Markandeya tells which Saunaka did not tell, or which Narada will not tell in future. There is nothing different. But why do they keep coming over and over is to ensure that, see, lot of times you may want to abide to dharma, but the temptations are very easy to fall for. Bhimasena is constantly telling the Dharmaraja that enough of this drama. Why are we here in Aranya? What is this? We all know that the game of dice was played with cheating. They cheated us. I don't see any reason why we are living like this and eating this honey. What is this nonsense? Enough of it. Let's go and fight with them. Let's go and wage a war with them. You do, and Dharmaraja also goes on to say, not Dharmaraja, Bhimasena also goes on to say, you know what? You want to abide to dharma, right? You do it. You stay in Aranya for 13 years, 14 years, whatever that is. How much ever time you want, you stay. But 4 of us will go. We will fight with them. We will kill them. And we will only take care of the kingdom. You come back and become the king after 13 years. So that way your dharma is also safeguarded. Then every time Dharmaraja, very pleasingly, very caringly, he calls upon Bhimasena and he says, oh my brother, I really can't believe how much you have grown and how much dharma you are talking. But if we do this, eventually we are going to become the kings of this particular place, right? What will people think of us? People will think that, okay, those guys played, they cheated these people. That is fine. But these people also are not righteous. They could have said that we are not going to Aranyavasa and let's fight now. They did not do that. They went to Aranyavasa. They gave an impression that they'll be in the Aranyavasa for next 13 years. And when these people were sleeping, they came and waged a war. So that way, people are not going to like us if we behave like this. And this is not the expectation from us. The expectation from us should be that we are dharma abiding people. We are on the side of dharma. And because of our dharma, the entire people, the citizens of our kingdom should be following dharma. By doing this, by having a war with them, like striking onto them when they are not prepared, I'm not passing a right message to my citizens. Why will they trust me? They think that I'm not a trustworthy person because all of a sudden from nowhere I dropped a bomb on them, right? So every time Bhimasena tries to come up with a logic where, then again Bhimasena says, there is a different calculation, Anna. There is a kind of different calculation where they say that 1 month can be considered as 1 year. So with that calculation, after 13 months, he comes up with this idea. After 13, with that calculation, 12 months is done. 13th month, nobody came to us. Nobody said that, oh, you are Pandavas. So they didn't recognize us. So with that logic, let's go and have a war with them. Every single time, he's like, let's go war with them. Let's go have a war with them. So every single time Dharmaraja comes up with, and he does it with a lot of love and affection. He asks, he calls upon Bhimasena, Bhima, come here, sit next to me. Then he does this to him. And then he gives all this lecture to him. And then after that, Bhimasena is like, okay, oh God, fine. And he also says that at a certain point of time, Bhimasena says that, I don't understand you at all. Every day you wake up, you listen to this Veda Patana, everything, you're happy. I understand that you don't want to go for a war with them. Are you even preparing for that war? Are you even preparing for that day? I don't see you prepare for that day. They are getting a lot of friends. They are making a lot of friends. They have that opportunity to make friends now. They are expanding. But now here I don't even see you doing anything of that nature. You don't even talk about war. And this thing, it's not Bhimasena. This is said by Draupadi. Draupadi says, these nasty people, what do you think they must be doing at this point of time? They must be happily enjoying all the riches, right? And what are you doing? You're not even thinking about revenge, right? Won't you get angry at all once in your life? I have not seen you angry. Does your blood not boil thinking about that moment when they behaved like that with me in the courtroom? I never see you with this kind of emotion at all. What is happening with you? What is going on in your mind? Then he goes on to say, emotion will not bring anything to you. You have to be a balanced person. So the entire Aranya Parva is about teaching each other how to stay balanced, how to stay grounded, how to prepare for the upcoming calamity. So at a certain point of time, Dhritarashtra, Vidura was praising Pandavas, and Dhritarashtra says, "You go away. You don't even stay with me. You're constantly praising them, and this is irritating me, agitating me a lot. Go away." Vidura immediately gets up and says, "Oh, really? Thank you. Thanks for relieving me." And then he goes to Aranya. He goes to Pandavas. So the minute these Pandavas spot Vidura, Dharmaraja is very happy to see Vidura. But Bhimasena says, I think these guys are planning something again. And that is why they are sending Vidura. Because when for the game of dice, when the invitation was sent, it was Vidura who carried the invitation, right? Similar situation you will find in Ramayana where Bharata is coming. Lakshmana goes on to the top of the tree. He sees Bharata and says that I think Bharata is coming for a war. He says that, right? And then Rama says, are you out of your mind? Don't you know what kind of a brother Bharata is? Then Dharmaraja says, no, don't come to conclusions like that. That could not have been the case. There could have been another reason. And then Vidura comes, and after a while, Duryodhana realizes his mistake. So only one good quality with Dhritarashtra is that he surrounds himself by good people. He surrounds himself by two people. One is Vidura and the other is Sanjaya. Both of them are very dharmic in nature. He doesn't follow anything. He only keeps listening. He only keeps listening what is the right thing to do. Why doesn't he follow anything? That is because of, yes.
Because his sons won't be happy.
His son won't be happy. And the second reason is he is also a jealous kind of person. Same answer? Yeah. So, yes. And then he realizes his mistake and he asks Vidura to come back, and the Dharmaraj also says, no, you should go back. Yes.
But in that case, they are not in the 13th year, right?
No, 13th kadu. Inka they're still in the beginning. Yeah, in the first few years this always happens.
Does Dhritarashtra show the same like feeling or affection to all of his sons, or only Duryodhana?
Duryodhana is he likes all of his sons, but Duryodhana has a lot of attention from Dhritarashtra.
So he's like the favorite one.
Could be, yes. We could say that. Okay, then what am I saying? Yeah, Markandeya comes. Markandeya talks about. So Dharmaraja asks, "Look at my fate." Sometimes Dharmaraja also feels low. Dharmaraja says, "Look at my fate. I because of me, because of that one game that I played." He has a guilt within himself because he thinks that because of me playing, all my brothers are also going through this kind of hardship. Then then Markandeya says, there is another person in the history who also went through this kind of Vanavasa and everything, and he narrates about Rama. He says, your condition is much better than Rama because you have the company of these 10,000 people, you have your brothers, you have your wife. Rama, it was just 3 people, Rama himself, Lakshmana and Sita, and also at a certain point of time, Sita was also abducted. So there are people who went through more hardships than what you are going through. From the history he narrates, there comes the Ramayana episode briefly. And then the conversation between these two people I have told you, right? We've spoken about that conversation. And now, next, the most important event happens. So in the entire time, they are in the Dvaitavana, and then after that they move to another forest called Kamyakavana. So they are between these two places. Now, then coming back to what happens with Arjuna. So they have this entire 12 years of Vanavasa and 1 year of Agnatavasa, right? In the entire 13 years, what all these Pandavas are doing is that they are gaining strength. They are procuring more weaponry, procuring more strength to face they're preparing for the upcoming war or a conflict with their first cousins. So in that process, now Arjuna goes and prays for and does a penance for Shiva, and there he procures Pashupatastra. And we will talk about Pashupatastra tomorrow. All this entire episode we are going to talk tomorrow. We are meeting tomorrow also, because